Okay, let's talk, man, about, I hear people talk about Brad Holmes and he needs to spend money. And his biggest distractor is Lion Syndicate. And I don't disagree with what he's saying. Only thing I really disagree with what people say about Brad is that, mm, he needs to spend money. I think eventually you need to spend money, but money isn't the reason why the Detroit Lions haven't won. Let me say that again. The reason the Detroit Lions haven't won is because it's not because of money. Okay, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That's not true. The reason they're not further along, like how the Pistons, how they went from zero to hero so quickly, the Lions would have had that same turnaround year 2. Why didn't they have that turnaround? It all boils down to injuries. So usually when we talk about teams missing pieces and missing on draft picks, it's usually about scheme fit, personality fit, character. Maybe they got the bag and they quit. Those are usually kind of the main, but for the Lions, it's just consistently been injuries. And there's been some guys, and I feel like I'm being really redundant here, but it's been some guys that they knew had major injuries and they still took them. Okay. Aiden Hutchinson had a major injury in college. They still took him. Had another major injury. It shouldn't be so shocking, right? And then Rackstraw had a major injury in college. Somebody brought that to my attention. They knew Enrique took a year off from college football to COVID year, and he took a year off, and all of a sudden he has a debilitating back injury. Why draft him? You didn't play football for a year and your back hurt. Josh Pascal, he had a whole bunch of stuff going on. Not going to get into it, but at the Senior Bowl, he was already injured. He was injured when they first took him. They injured when they took him. F.A. Malafanu, which was a tremendous, and all these guys have been proven other than Rackstraw they can play. F.A. Malafanu was amazing. He looked like he could have been one of the best DBs in Lions history. He couldn't stay healthy. Sonoy Vaki, he been in and out the lineup. You trying to move on from David Montgomery, you should be able to transition to Sonoy Vaki, right? Especially if they would have kept Craig Reynolds as a short yardage back. No. Terrion Arnold. I don't know his, but he's just been broken up. He's been broken up shoulders his whole time here. Even when he always playing through injuries. So it was a lot of guys. I mean, just going through the guys they drafted. Branch blew his Achilles out. Kirby had a knee injury. He had another injury a couple seasons ago. Rodrigo went down with a major injury. Derek Barnes had a major injury last year. So a lot of the guys they are picking, through the draft. And, DJ Reader, he tore his quad twice and they still signed him coming off his second torn quad. So kind of when we having these questions, we know he had the article in Detroit News and Free Press about pretty much why he empathizes with injury prone players. That's a problem. Had, in a perfect world, let's just say, Enrique did what he was supposed to do and Pascal did what he's supposed to do. They came in healthy, balling. I don't know Sam Laporta went down too, but balling. And let's just say Rackstraw and Terrion stayed healthy. You understand that money that you spent on DJ Reed, you wouldn't need to spend it. That money that you spent on DJ Reader, you wouldn't need to spend it. You still need Carlton Davis for a transition year. But in reality, with those 4 players being healthy, with everybody else that's here, other people that's here, they probably would won the Super Bowl. That's their biggest problem. Enrique was the interior pass rush. Josh Pascal was a good, strong defensive end. He couldn't sack the quarterback, but he got pressure and he was great at stopping the run. You know what I'm saying? And Rackstraw, I think he can be really good. And Tyrion, when he's been healthy, he could be really good. So I think in a perfect world, you know, Aiden Hutchinson said it on ESPN. If we were healthy defensively, I think it's a different season. So, you know, that's it. It's not about the money. It's about you going out there and handpicking guys who's already been injured. That's his guilty addiction. We didn't know what his true weakness was. It ain't talent. It ain't scheme fit. It ain't the lack of judgment of character in guys who love football. They understand that his Achilles heel and Brad Holmes' biggest weakness is the inability to draft healthy players, durable players. He feel like I was in a major car accident. My career ended. I know how I feel. Nah, we ain't got time for that. Throw that out the window. We need to be going with durability. So it's not about the money. Even without them spending the money, really, had they hit on their draft picks, they wouldn't even need to spend the money on DJ Reed. They wouldn't need to spend the money on DJ Reader. They wouldn't even need to spend a little bit of money they did spend. You know, real talk. So, and then you go over offensively. You know, had Manu Giovanni stayed healthy, you're probably ready to transition him from left tackle. Had Mahogany stayed healthy for he got injured soon as he got here. Got injured. Then this season got injured again. You know, so honestly, your transition would have been Tate to center. Mahogany would have held down the left guard. Giovanni would have had an easier transition to left tackle because Mahogany would have held down the left guard, and you would have been able to possibly plug in Miles Frazier, who, when he first got here, he got injured. Makai Wingo got it. It's just a laundry list of guys before they take a actual football snap. They just get injured. It's too many. Had those guys been healthy and contributed to the team, we're having a different conversation. The Lions would be making the Super Bowl. And the only other unknown about Brad Holmes is his ability to scout and draft the right quarterback. That's it. That's just the unknown. So right now, you know, Hendon Hooker just proved to be a flop. So right now, that's under investigation. So it ain't about the money. The money that y'all want him to spend is the makeup, is the foundation and the blemish coverers and the mascara and the lipstick and the, you know, the blend and all that other type of stuff. The lashes, you know what I'm saying? All that's the makeup for injuries. He's not drafting. He's not drafting talented guys. He's just drafting refurbished, GameStop, chipped up games. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description, follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.